to get a couple drinks and watch the Bengals game. My city like a zoo, we just watch the Bengals play. And I don't know about you, I'm about to watch the Bengals game. Who they? Go who they, go who they, who they. Tell them who you.
Welcome back.
Who they?
We have quite a show for you tonight, as you can see. Thank you for those of you who are joining us live on YouTube. But we have Captain Bengal with us. We have the Bengalorian here. We have Shawn Moore, aka Super Fan, aka Who Dey Baby. I mean, this is quite a cast of characters. If one were to be putting the Super Fans together, I feel like we got half the Avengers here right now, as far as Cincinnati Bengals go.
We have two fans of the year and one dork in a suit. Yeah, I feel outdone here. And they're both better looking than I am. This sucks. Thanks.
Well, that doesn't take
I'm going to fire my agent.
So, getting right into it right away, I did want to start out with Bengals captain. You started a trend here in Cincinnati. You decided just to start wearing a costume to the games. I know, a couple other people have done some different things, like the Star Trooper, Bengalorian, obviously,
Hey, baby.
Who Dey Baby. I mean, everyone's always
Who
seen
Dey Baby.
he was the first
was my
one.
Inspiration. Yeah,
He was
I
your
always
inspiration.
looked up to him. Absolutely. I used to do the cargo shorts and jersey tucked in like the lame suburban dad. And
I'm doing right now.
Oh, sorry.
Right now. Yeah.
Like the lame suburban dad, aka Ed.
I'm gonna cut the grass later. New Balance is on.
Well, and we saw you without a beard this week on Twitter. I don't know how many people were taken aback that you even have had that kind of glow up to where you are now. I mean, it's been quite a move on your part.
This covers a whole lot of ugly, so it's staying.
So, I guess going over to you, Shawn, what was your inspiration, since you inspired Bengals captain, and now here you are as the current reigning super fan?
It was really just a lime green hat that I got at SeaWorld in Aurora. And then I brought it home, and we were going to the last game at Riverfront. You know what? I'm going to spray paint it, paint my face. We're in. So I went, and they named me Oscar Mayer Hot Dog of the Game. So took me down on the field at the last game at Riverfront Stadium, got like a prize pack, all this kind of stuff, and I went, this is kind of cool. And then from there, that was 21 years ago that I did that, and I've not gamed since without the hat, the face paint. It's evolved over the years, and just kind of.
You're 60?
I am 60. Yes, I'll be 61 this year.
Well, and speaking of glow ups, we saw you do a how it was and how it's going now type of, you've had quite a glow up yourself.
I was just a chunky drinker, and then I decided I'd start working out instead, and still drink beer. I can drink more beer now because I work out. So
your arms are about as big as my thighs. So congratulations, job well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So I did want to talk a little bit about the fact that you had this big, fan win and the prize that, came with it. So I'll let you speak a little bit about what that's been like for you here this season.
So I was the 2020 Bengals Fan of the Year, which was kind of a really awesome. They did a surprise Zoom thing with. Can you talk to us for a little while about the same measures at Paul Brown this season? And I went, sure. And in the middle of talking to Marissa Contepelli, and all of a sudden Alex Erickson on the screen. He goes, we just want you to know that you are our Bengals Fan of the Year this year. So I was one of 32 for the year because each team picked one, and then got into the running for the NFL Fan of the Year. Unfortunately, I didn't make the top three, but the Bengals were great throughout. Sent me prize packs, different. I got a Fan of the Year jersey, got all kinds of like fan of the year stuff, and they're actually sending me to the draft next week for flight and everything. And then on day 3, somewhere in day 3, I will get to announce a pick for the Bengals.
That's fantastic.
awesome.
Dreams coming true, right?
Exactly. That's a bucket list that I never thought would get checked, but it's kind of cool.
I mean, I would be happy just to be at the draft, and here you are getting to actually make an announcement. I mean, that's
I'm just hoping
unreal.
the guy that gets picked on day 3 at least has some vowels in his name so I can pronounce it, because over a name somewhere along it.
Well, I mean, hopefully you don't get a name like a Hushmanzada where you have no idea.
Exactly. Who's your mama? Championship.
So all those, we were talking before we started recording here. 4 hats later, well worth it, right?
Exactly. It's getting harder and harder to find a big orange foam hat, but we're going to keep this one intact for a little while. It's about to upgrade it, but new stripe. I need jersey. I need maybe a new hat for this year. We'll see.
Have they gotten bigger in size?
No, they've stayed the same. I try not to go much bigger, but it's also why I sit in the last row of section 158. That way nobody can be behind me and go, sit down, and then I get in a fight. It's a whole big thing. But.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I had a woman ask me to take my hat off. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, my head is this size. My head is at the top of this. I realize you think it's hat. It's all head.
Did the rest of the section stand up and turn around and boo her?
No. But yeah, I totally see the but you know what? We'd love you, Hude. We'd stick you on the end of the aisle, put you front row. We'd be fine. Sit you in front of me.
Yeah, can I just sit on your lap?
Hey, even better. I would welcome that. I can't wait for TV cameras to pick that up. And then Bengo can do the Jean-Claude butt wiggle splits.
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm pretty flexible, knee surgery and all. I'm your man.
Now, I wonder if Norm Macdonald still has his Saturday Night Live, big hat. It's funny. It's a big hat.
Exactly. There you go.
So,
That's a good
Bengalorian.
idea.
Bengalorian, it's been a hell of a week for you.
Oh man, yeah, it really has. I don't even know where to begin. I'm sure you'll ask it, but I'll just dive right into it.
Go ahead, man.
It's not Bengals fan of the year criteria. Like, I don't know where he is on your screen, like our boss over here, but we just got a random message. I know you guys know DJ Eddie E-Train. From him and his manager saying, hey, do you guys want to be a part of a Bengals focus group? And I'm thinking, all right, cool. Yeah, awesome. Maybe they'll ask us some questions about it. We pop on this Zoom call, and it's E-Train's manager, and I'm talking to him. And all of a sudden, he says, well, another guest is going to join us on the screen. And boom, Elizabeth Blackburn pops on the little Zoom call there. I lose my mind. She's losing her mind just because, as you guys know, she's like one of the most excitable people like on this planet, just full of energy, a ball of energy. And she tells us, hey, you're going to be a part of this whole thing we're doing. We're still kind of shrouded in secrecy at that point. So like I didn't have any details. It was show up here at this time and be in your costume. So I was like, all right, let's do it. So I show up. We get there. There's a few of us, like me, Yaz, Zim was there, Seth Reese, a few other guys came along. And if I'm leaving you out, I apologize. But they take us through Paul Brown. They took us down on the stadium, onto the field. Took pictures of us, let us throw the football around. Put some music on for us, and then take us upstairs. And there's a big black curtain, kind of like you guys saw on Media Day. And at this point, the date's lining up. It's the 18th. What's going to happen on the 19th, that Monday. So we're all chatting about it. Me and Yaz, like, it's got to be the jerseys. It's got to be the jerseys. And then, boom, they undo this curtain, and Elizabeth Blackburn pops out in person. And again, ball of energy, up and down, giving us hugs, high-fiving, just excited. And they take us back into this room where I don't know if they showed this stuff on in the media, but it was this room that looked like like a tailor shop or like an arts and crafts kind of room, and it had like torn up jerseys and pieces and numbers and all kinds of stuff everywhere. And you could kind of see clues like, oh look, that's Paul Brown's signature. Oh, look at that. That looks like new stripes. You know what I mean? Just all these little tidbits that if you piece together, you kind of get it in your head that these bad guys are on the other side of the curtain. After talking with her, she kind of just, hey, this is why you're here. We had a couple beers, believe it or not. And then she was like, let's get down to business. And all of a sudden, Welcome to the Jungle starts playing. The curtains open up, and boom, there's 3 mannequins there with the sickest uniforms on them I've ever seen in my entire life. And you can quote me on it. I love these bad boys. As you can see, I spent an exorbitant amount of money on a few of them. So hashtag New Stripes is living on strong in the Bengalorian household. But overall, it was an incredible experience. Sorry for being long-winded there.
Oh, no. I mean, you went through something that, all of us would have loved to trade places with you, but here you were going through it. And, just in a whole different sense, getting to live out, a dream, crossing some things off your bucket list, much like Shawn here. So, I mean, that's
incredibly humbling experience. I'm totally honored to be there.
Very cool. Very cool. So let's talk about the new stripes. Captain, you've had a chance to take them in. We all saw the eBay leak, and we know that Bengalorian, I believe, had tried to purchase the Sam Hubbard.
We all messed it up for him. We're our bad, Bengalorian.
But he did finally get his Sam Hubbard jersey. But what were your thoughts when you saw the leak? And we see a lot of people talking about, no, this can't be it. They're on a hanger. They look droopy. We don't know what's going on. Why is this even happening? It's on eBay of all places. What was going through your head at that point?
So, I knew the design. I can't remember who said it, but, the design was a little too much work to be completely fake. For someone to come up with a pretty good idea and then mock it up and sell it or contact whatever, factory in China to make some fake ones. The one thing that I didn't mention, because I really tried to stay away from any rumors. I had somebody contact me with possible info, and I told them no. I won't say who, but I told them no. I didn't want to hear it. I wanted to be excited. I wanted to be surprised, and overall I was. But the fakes really mess up the orange. It doesn't look like that deep, Bengal orange. It's more of a bright knockoff. Like, oh my, never mind. Don't look at this. It looks like crap, like me. So, that's what a lot of those look like. I'm like, okay, that's legit orange. Oh boy, that might be. But looking at the jersey, the cut, some of the alignment, I would still put money that they were rejected jerseys from. Yeah, that orange, you can't. It is expensive to get that perfect color orange. I know a little bit about the process of counterfeiting. I wasn't always that.
What?
But it's really expensive to get it right. So they'll get close, but they're always off. These were right on, just like Bengo showed. And it's like, oh, that's probably it. But it didn't have the same quality. It didn't have the same cut. I realize Bengo just makes stuff look good, but that hanger wasn't that. There you go. My jerseys don't look that bad on a hanger. I'm like, this has got to be something wrong with it. So I ran with that. And I said, you know what? They've still got time to tweak. Unfortunately, I also knew how long the process was. So I'm like, okay, yeah, still loved it. Still absolutely, they held their ground. They didn't, move everything forward early. They rolled with it. And I'll tell you what, Bengals Twitter, Instagram, we had a blast with it. This fan base is really starting to form something special around the team. And I love to see it. When I came to Twitter, it wasn't there. It was a lot of negativity. We had some of the biggest voices on Twitter bashing the team, needlessly. And then I go and check with coaches about some of the information, like, nah, that's wrong. That's not how the play broke down. Like, why are we doing this? And now we've got Bengo, Houday Baby is getting more active, and he's always been a positive voice. And it's great. And we carried it. And then they just the team went over the top with the unveiling involving the fans, the throne, that I am in the process of sourcing foam so that I can create my own Bengal throne in the man cave. What's he got?
Awesome.
I thought you were just going to 3D print it, honestly.
Yeah,
So yeah, well done. The jerseys look amazing. It's exactly what we needed. Get rid of the white panel, simplify the stripes. It's clean, it's simple, but it's sharp. And man, Bengo's a perfect model on those. I'm jealous, but I can't wait to wear them. I can't wait to see everybody in them at Paul Brown Stadium this year.
I don't know.
Now,
I think I preferred the I think it was the Bengals UK version. Did you see that one?
I don't know.
It was like
oh yeah.
It had like the it was like a legit
stripes.
it was like the legit tiger print, like with like fur. Like,
Hey, I know a factory in China that can do that for you.
Bengals captain has led an interesting life.
Oh man, brother, you have no idea.
You don't want to know the stories I've had to hear.
Well, Houday Baby, you know about my OnlyFans now, right?
I told you. I wanted to click, but I didn't want to click. So I'm not going to tell you if I did or not.
Don't click yet.
Yeah, okay.
I clicked, and I can tell you, you won't be disappointed.
Premium subscriber.
Now,
It's
Houday
empty
Baby.
like my soul.
Right.
Now, Houday Baby, you're gonna, I'm assuming, get a jersey to wear for on stage as you go up and make your announcement. Because I imagine instead of wearing the sting, well, you said this was like the 5-minute paint job, right?
Yes.
You're gonna go with the full paint job, which takes you how long to do?
I can be like fully out of bed, showered, and done in 45 minutes. Like dressed, ready to rock, makeup and all.
Incredible.
War paint and all, not makeup. It's not makeup.
Makeup.
War paint.
He
So,
wears foundation.
so
No, just sealer, okay? All right, just sealer and eyeliner. Leave me alone.
are you going to be able to get a custom jersey made before the draft? Has that been assured you yet, or?
It has not been assured, and they're not even up on like NFL Shop to get the custom ones done yet. So I don't know. I'm probably going to be rocking old stripes on the stage.
I feel like Bengo's got some ties, so
maybe when I get to Cleveland,
you
get to Cleveland will be in my hotel room waiting for me.
Yeah.
with a fruit tray or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
I just didn't know if you could call up, Elizabeth Blackburn and be like, "Yo, I got this guy who's going to be on stage for you guys announcing, just a pick. So if you could just help him out, this is the way."
They gotta hook him up.
Probably watching this, so good call out.
Yeah. Elizabeth, if you're watching, Houday Baby needs a custom jersey. That's from all of us, not just me.
So
It's got to be 54. 54.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll take
So Bengalorian, if you could kind of touch on what you've seen as you've developed a relationship more than any of us at this point with Elizabeth Blackburn, what have you seen in the way that she's engaging with fans this season, and why is it such a big deal now compared to what they've done over the past, where this is completely new and different to all of us?
So I'll tell you this. The relationship that was built over this weekend was awesome. It was genuine. And what you guys see, 100% Elizabeth Blackburn. You see like the interviews, the all the TV and the energy and everything like that. I didn't see anything different this weekend. I got full bore, just Elizabeth Blackburn. She is a ball of energy. Then she has taken that energy and just stabbing it right into the neck and the heart of this organization and the fan base. I mean, I'm an infant here, right, compared to these two guys. So the relationships they have probably built far outweigh mine. I just went through one experience, but I can speak from this weekend that she is a bright, shining star that this organization has needed for a bit.
Now, is there anything that Captain Hude Baby you want to chime in on Elizabeth Blackburn?
Just kind of repeat what everybody else is kind of. She's just that spark. All of a sudden, it shows that they are listening to the fans as much as people want to say, "Oh, the Bengals won't do anything." The fans say the Bengals they are paying attention to that. It may have taken them a while to figure out how to implement those things that they heard or saw for the fans, but now they have that person in place to figure out how to make those things happen, how to have more fan engagement, and just bring them more into the heart of the organization.
And I can't wait to meet her. I have not met her. She's absolutely amazing. But I will say, this has been in the works for a while. And I know I'm going to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I said it when I was at Cincy Jungle. The team has been listening to the fans. They have been working on things. Emily Parker, I had a conversation with her at a charity event, and we talked about some of the blogs and some of the voices on social media and how they impact. And I've been angry about some of that impact for a while because, the players don't want to get booed constantly. They don't want to show up to training camp and see Andy Dalton stinks banner hanging across the bridge. There's criticism, and then there's just pointless hate. And there was too much of that. And the team sees that. The team has always seen that. And I've told everybody for so long, we are not going to get what we want through hate, through bashing the team. They want to reach out to fans, but they want to be able to trust the fans. You're not going to invite somebody into your home that's just going to talk smack about you the entire time that they're there, So Emily talked about reaching out to some of the bloggers, and that was maybe 3 years ago. So this has been a process. Elizabeth has been a huge piece in, finally putting that. But when you look at maybe 3 years ago in that conversation, how our social media has climbed, how they've hired more. It's my understanding that Emily has fought for those hires and the expansion of that department because, hey, I get it. If Mike Brown doesn't see the need for Twitter, I totally understand. I hated Twitter for the longest time until I actually was shown the light and the power to be able to reach out to people and say, hey, there's another way to go about this. There's a lot of fun to be had in that stadium. Come on out and party. Hude Baby is one of the most fun people to party with. I still can't get the tongue out thing. I look like a dork when I do it, but I can't. It's not in me.
Years of practice.
Yeah. That's OnlyFans. Hude Baby.
Sorry.
This is a family show, Cap.
Well, and I want to just kind of build on that. It's been crazy to see how much they've moved themselves into catching up with everybody else here over this last offseason. We've seen the social engagement. We've seen the things that the media team has been doing from the Twitter page for the Bengals. We've seen even something as simple as listening to the fans and the Ring of Honor. So what were any of your thoughts on the actual announcement of the Ring of Honor after I feel like it had really caught some momentum here over maybe the last 2 or 3 years especially, but I feel like it's been talked about for maybe 5 or 10 years now, and to finally have the announcement, what did you guys think of that?
They have wanted to do that for a long time. The negative people out there acted like it. They just didn't believe in it. Yes, there have been people that carried on certain thoughts about team over individual, but there were a ton of people in executive leadership that have been wanting this for so long. But guess what? When you see fans hanging trashy banners over a practice, booing the quarterback at a softball game, a charity softball game, you don't have a whole lot of, energy or motivation to get something like that done. So the team has wanted to get it done. I would say we didn't push, we didn't force the issue. We allowed it to happen by showing that we wanted it. We love the idea. We want to honor the Bengals greats, and they listen and they gave it to us. They will do. They have T-shirt cannons. Well, I put that on a survey at the end of the year, probably for 3 or 4 years in a row, and we got T-shirt cannons. They will do what we will appreciate just because they appreciate that fan support. But we've got to show that support, and we did. We all got together, and there were a few negative comments here and there, but most of it was, Dalton RC with some great graphics and video talking about Ring of Honor.
That dude's been amazing.
Oh my goodness. Like, he doesn't get enough love. The man should have twice the followers that I have because he's got twice the talent, twice the good looks. I'm just ugly. I'm sorry. So go follow Dalton RC. Dalton's signature at Twitter. But that mattered. That helped a lot, and we can continue to build that relationship. So I was in tears when they announced it. I teared up. I legit did. Bearded man in my 40s. I teared up because
that's just because you're just weak. It's just that's a whole different.
I might be weak.
It's the estrogen creeping in. Yeah.
And damn it, I'm a Ring of Honor Bengal fan loving weak polyester. Okay, whatever.
I mean, that was kind of leaked too, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it looked like they were testing out fonts up there in the ring.
Yeah.
Yep, that was great. That was a good eye.
A picture. Who was that? I forget who it was. It was.
I forget who it was that found it, but
zoomed in. Yeah,
it might have been. And if I'm wrong, I'll get corrected on Twitter, but it might have been Blake Jewell.
Yeah, it was.
I don't want to get the wrong.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
that was Blake.
Yeah.
Blake Jewell, another good follow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, we got some good Twitter personalities. We really
Dude,
do.
think about a couple years ago. Nothing. And now we're coming for the NFL title.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, we wanted to have you on to talk about the draft, and we will get to the draft. But chronologically, there are some other things we need to talk about first that have happened in this offseason. So we lost some legends in their own right, in a Geno Atkins, in a Gio Bernard, even Dunlap last season. So what are your thoughts on some of the offseason moves that we have made thus far in both, some of the cuts of the veterans, which is a little different than what, the Bengals have done in the past, where they just let guys run through the end of their contracts. And then also some of the free agents they've picked up here this offseason.
And I know Cap and I have talked about it, but Houday, baby, I want to hear your take on this. I don't think we talked about this.
So, I mean, as far as like the legends that have gotten let go, it's that whole, I guess, sticking with the new stripes thing. They've been great while they were here, but that they're hitting that end. So if you can cut them to get that cap space that you needed, then you hate to see him go. But like Geno last year, and it's still go. He didn't pass physical come into this year, so he was still hurt, still working on something. So maybe there's a chance he could still sign something cheap and come back. AJ was obviously not happy at the end of last year, so letting him go is kind of, you are eliminating a possible Dunlap situation where Dunlap was, not happy to be here. He leaves, goes to Seattle, does great out there because he's happier there. The only one that I wasn't a huge fan of was Gio. That cut, I just didn't like it because Gio does so much. He's just that Swiss Army knife in the backfield. And if the way he left just rubbed me a little bit wrong. To ask him to take a pay cut, if this is true, which is not like it is, and then he asked to trade, but then they released as soon as he said he wanted to be released. That part is all right, I guess, but I feel like you still needed him back there.
I love Gio. I've got a Gio fat head in the man cave. It's not coming down. The dude is such a good dude.
Yeah.
Always, I've never seen him take a serious selfie with a fan. He's always making a face. and I absolutely love that about him. I'm going to miss him. I hope he has a blast and loses to Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl. But what helps me out, Joe Mixon, being healthy and coming back. And everybody forgets, P. Ryan did well, but I am an enormous Travion fan. Don't sleep on Travion. He is going
to yell Travion time in the stands.
Oh yeah, 32.
Excellent.
For me, honestly, man, Geno was the one that hit me in the heart. I love Geno Atkins. I love AJ Green. I love Geno, but I just, man, I'm a sucker for the trenches. I just think that's where the money's made and the most blood, sweat, and tears are spilled. And a guy like that to go, that just was a stalwart on the interior, just hurts my heart.
He might come back.
That's on me. I just picked up a Geno autograph this summer or this winter, so of course they let him go. That's on me.
It's on you. Way to go, Ed. Thanks.
No, Burrow.
You're the reason you can't have nice things.
Yeah, I won't get Burrow. I won't get anybody else. I'll stick with the old '85 Chad Johnson jersey, and I just won't buy anything else new.
Thank you for that.
Speaking of off-season moves, we all got a chance with the new stripes. The video, the pictures, all of that, to see the scar on Joe Burrow's knee. And did you guys? I'm sure you guys all saw it, but I mean, did you have any reaction? I mean, especially.
For me, it hit home, man, because I got a nasty scar. I'm wearing pants right now, and the world doesn't need to see me take my pants off, but I got a scar.
OnlyFans.com.
I've had two. Well, Cap, you and I will get together on your OnlyFans. But I've had 2 knee surgeries on the right knee here, down here, and I've got those scars, and it just hit home for me. And for him to have the cojones to sit on that chair and say, hey, I want my knee in front of the camera because I want the world to see, I got nicked up, but guess what? I'm invincible, baby. You can knock me down, but I'm not staying down because I am a warrior. And that friggin' pumped me up. As soon as I saw that, I dropped my phone. I screamed to the football gods, that's our guy. That's our warrior. He's ours. Number 9. Let's go.
And Bego, you saw his Instagram post where he basically pulled out the replacements,
Yes, lost my mind to that. What was it? If I went through life without scars, I would have achieved nothing. I'm paraphrasing, but it needs tattoo.
I didn't do anything worth fighting for. Didn't live a life worth fighting. Something of that nature.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah, unbelievable. That right there. If that doesn't tell you we got our guy, then you need to wake up from whatever nap you're on.
Houday.
Focused on the 90-degree angle it was at, so we had good flexion in the knee. Good bed.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Dr. Houday, baby.
Hey.
That's right. I'm here.
Well, and he knew that scar was out because his socks were the only ones not pulled all the way up. Like he's out here like, this is my damn scar. Y'all are gonna see it, and I'm back.
Absolutely, 100%.
I loved it. I thought it was a rallying cry, and it was just fantastic. So and of course he always says the right thing.
I got a little inside info here, and we didn't take pictures or anything, but while we were there at the stadium, we were in one of the boxes, and the man himself was down on the field, slinging the football, hitting people 30 yards out, moving, and freaking chucking the pigskin. And again, we couldn't take any pictures because, we don't want the media out there seeing him and trying to, oh, look at this. Look, he's not moving here. But I'm going to tell you right now, that man can throw a football. And he was out there doing it. It was great.
That's awesome.
Now, did you have to sit down so no one could see how excited you were?
Yeah, I was. My hands were in my lap, covering my lap for obvious reasons. But it was exciting, man.
That's why he wears the cod piece. That way it hides everything.
There you go. Family, come on. No, I'm just kidding. But it was awesome because it was out of nowhere. We saw people come out of the tunnel. We were like, oh, what are these guys doing? Just some of the backups coming out to do some conditioning or something. And then man, I think it was Seth Reese, who there's another guy you should follow. He does all the jersey designs and remocks. Hey, my wife just walked in. Hey, honey. But he.
Hi, Mrs. Bengo.
Hi, honey.
They say hi, Mrs. Bengo. But he pointed out, dude, that's Joe. That's Joe Burrow. And then we all just sat there and watched like starstruck little girls.
That's fantastic. So we also got, did any of the guys in the actual like photo shoot surprise you? Because, DJ Reader was one of the guys that was asked to be in that photo shoot, and he's coming off of injury. So again, maybe not an off-season move, but as somebody brought up his name in the chat here, I got to think that we're all excited to see him out there now and to see, what impact he can make there on the defensive line, especially with Atkins going. Not all at once.
Yeah, I just talked, so I was trying to shut my mouth.
No, I think it's gonna be huge to see him in there and see, with a full season, he'll have a full off season. Hopefully he's completely healthy and just see what he can actually bring, because he didn't get to see really anything out of him last year. So that's going to be huge to have him in there.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead,
to get him on the field, we don't even know what we have yet. So if we get a little bit of luck with injury, we could be a playoff team. We've got a lot of pieces who did not get the snaps they should have gotten. We're going to add in the draft. We could be a playoff team easily.
So then we have the draft. And I know that Zim and Ace Boogie have done the Civil War series, and they've been fantastic. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch, catch up on it before the draft so you can make sure you're deeply entrenched on if you are either Team Chase or Team Sewell. So I wouldn't be doing my job here if I didn't ask. But are you Team Chase or Team Sewell?
Chase.
I'm just Sewell.
Oh, man, I'm on the spot here, dude. Okay, listen.
No.
Here's my take on it. I get it. He could be a perennial offensive lineman, and it's the smart move. Who did the stare analogy and the TV analogy today, Cap? Who did that?
Kyle Brandt.
He did it, right? Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole analogy, but look at Kyle Brandt's thing, man. I see the talent at offensive line in the second round, and that really, really makes me want to go take the sexy pick. I'm not going to lie. So I think here officially, I'm going to declare for Team Chase on your podcast, man.
Now, I know my co-hosts have been not so vocal as we've been waiting to kind of get into what team we were all on here in the pre-draft show, and we've had kind of a little bit of a build-up here, getting to where we have all three of you gentlemen here with us. So, Jeff and Ed, Team Chase or Team Sewell?
Chase, without a doubt.
Chase. Yep.
And I just think that, like Bengo said, there's a lot of depth that can be had on the line throughout the draft. At least I think. But I will say that for a while I was more having an issue with Team Chase or Team Pitts because I really liked him, but obviously I don't think that that's going to happen now with the pickup of Thaddeus Moss. So I've full in Team Chase.
I just love that there can't be a bad pick made here between the two men.
Yeah. Can't go wrong.
That's the first and foremost. That is the fantastic thing here is it's not like, we're going to have a situation where the guy who we're sitting there hoping falls to us at, 18 and somebody hops up and grabs him at 15. And now we're scrambling trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do here. We have two fantastic generational players between the two men. That said, I got to think I'm also Team Chase. So
yeah.
I also wonder if there's even been a conversation between the upper brass and Joe Burrow, like, who do you want? And I wonder how that conversation went and if we'll ever really know, if anybody will ever come forward publicly after the fact, if Chase is taken and he's like, I wanted my guy and we made it happen. We got it to work. Or if he just stays humble and stays the quiet behind the scenes, I work my ass off even with this giant scar on my knee, and that's who I am. So it should be interesting to see how that goes.
If it's Chase and they blow up together, it'll come out. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll say it'll stay quiet for a while, but then.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it happened, by the way. I think it's known who Burrow wants. But yeah, there was a rumor that he said that. So I think the rumor is true.
And if you think about it, worst case scenario, Houday Baby could play a guard for us with those cannons he's got on each side of his
There you
shoulders.
go.
So
He's been working on
pulling technique, but other than that, I'm good.
all right, there you go.
He's been working for it. Well, again, we got to see the before and after here this week. So,
And his face paint doesn't run when he sweats. So, hey.
It's true.
So now, Captain, you brought up the second round and, kind of alluded to the conversation of there's a ton of depth here in the second, potentially in the second round for the linemen there that could be there. So what are your thoughts that they go second round? Should they take a Jamar Chase in the first round?
They have to go offensive line in the second round in that case. And that's the only reason that I'm Team Chase, because let's say that Sewell ends up being Anthony Munoz. I've made the analogy. We could get possibly a Chad Johnson, and then in the second round, an Andrew Whitworth. It's not Munoz, but you know what? We're going to be really happy to get a Whitworth, because any other year, a lot of those guys that hopefully will be there should be a first-round talent. And, we've seen all the mocks. Leatherwood keeps coming up a lot, and I don't watch a ton of college, but I did watch Leatherwood. I'm a fan of his. Some of the other guys that they're hoping will slip out of the first round. Honestly, any number of probably 3 or 4 guys, and it's another first round pick. We've got 2 first round picks. We fix a hole in the offensive line. We get Burrow's best buddy. Playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. You got Leatherwood. You got Barrett Tucker could fall. I think you guys see me randomly share that beautiful picture of Ben Cleveland on his boat in the lake, just barrel-chested, holding his woman, ready to block for Joe Burrow. The depth in the second round at the offensive line is it's impressive. It really is.
I'm all in. Leatherwood is my pick at 38. He's there, even though he did come out and say he wasn't a cat person this week, which kind of rubbed me a little the wrong way. I may bump him on my board, but right now he's still sitting there. But yeah, just gonna.
Houday Baby is a cat person.
That's
I mean, aren't we all?
Bengals.
Yeah,
Big cat.
good call.
I know 2 little cats. Yeah.
So then, as the draft continues to shake out, what are some other spots that you're hoping that they target early on in some of that, day 2 stuff before they get to the day 3?
Kicker.
Kicker. I think you got to hit the interior of the defensive
Kicker
line
to day 3.
Yeah, I think you do. I love DJ Reader, and you guys know I love Mike Daniels, but I think they need some help. I think they need some guys there they can rotate with and just create havoc with.
Yeah, some more edge. I see edge a lot on the mock drafts. I'd love to see edge. Hey, if we, there's been talk about some of the speed receivers. Depending on how it shakes out, early day 3, but day 2, offensive line and edge. I think with Chase and then offensive line and then edge, I think Bengaldom would just lose their minds. Yeah. New Jerseys. Yeah.
That's the ideal, I think, scenario right there is go Chase, line, edge, and then day 3 you can get your captain so he can be, be happy. But, get another lineman on day 3 and then good to go.
Well, and Absolutely. It's been kind of crazy to see how much their focus on linebacker last year in the draft has paid off as a situation where they really don't even have to look to draft somebody at the linebacker position this year, unless there's a guy that is a BPA that just kind of falls into their lap later in the day 3. Also, the way that they've addressed defensive back in free agency more so than the draft, and they've
Cheeto and Hilton.
They've just put a lot of guys together now that, even if, Eli Apple, you're taking a swing, a low risk, high reward type swing. And if it pays off, fantastic. If not, you're not really out a whole lot. So, again, just kind of looking at the positive side of people talk about, Mike Brown's cheap. He doesn't spend money. We've been like in the top 10 of, payroll now for the last couple of years. Like, I don't know what
that
people are talking about
argument
anymore with that.
is old and tired. It's just a cop out for anybody.
Yeah, I'll take the criticism. That's great. People can talk about criticism, but throwing out the stuff that's been busted, you might as well say that the roster is full of jailbirds. Like, no, that hasn't been true since the 90s. Stop. But, talking about corners, everyone's forgetting one guy, too, that didn't even get a chance last year.
Oh.
Minnesota?
Reigns.
Bingo. Hey, he's fast. He's athletic. He could be huge, and no one's even talking about that.
That's a really good call. Absolutely.
Again, just kind of right in line with that, DJ Reader. We don't exactly know what we have in the guy. We've seen his body of work, but now it's time to see what you can do for us. So it's
we almost have two free agent classes coming in.
Right.
Almost three if you think about it, because Spain, Spain played Quentin Spain. Shout out Quentin Spain, that's my guy. But he came in and he played a few games, but that's a hungry dude, and I'm telling you, he's going to be good on that line this year too.
We're going to get a lot better play because of Frank Pollock. Everybody's going to have a much better environment to go into, so I'm thrilled about that.
Absolutely, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I can't wait to see you guys in the stadium. I miss you guys. I do. I miss you guys.
Oh man, it's amazing. I think everything we're doing, fan base and the whole off season we had, not to stray away completely from what you're talking about, picking up guys like Hendrickson to replace awesome guys we lost, like Lawson. God bless him, going to the Jets. I think he does great things. Just pieces we're bringing in are great. Hilton, Cheeto, with William Jackson taking his lead. Love you. Still want to kind of slap you a little bit for your comments, but absolutely, we brought in some great pieces, and I think that everybody we brought in wants to be here. That's the key. That's the big thing. Like, yeah, fans are starting to see what we build, but a Ring of Honor, these new jerseys, Twitter and Instagram and Facebook blowing up, players notice this stuff. You look at the
love. Yeah.
You look at this stuff like Hilton's comments. Mick Hilton, I think it was Hilton. Hey man, I want to play here. Let's go. Suit up. Go hit somebody. I know he's going to knock Ben Roethlisberger's head off this year. I can see it in his eyes.
There's been a lot of those guys that they've brought in that have kind of all echoed that they want to be here, they want to play here. I think some of that starts. I think some of that starts with the Burrow pick from seeing what they've got, what the team is capable of if they are able to be healthy and get out there. We need to pick some guys up, but I think we're going to finish that off here in the draft and have a positive outlook going into the season.
Oh yeah,
I think it was as a
17-0, baby.
I think it was Azubuike who also
17
echoed
games now.
Azubuike also echoed, just wanting to be in the city and be part of something special. And, that we don't. When was the last time a free agent came here and said anything like that?
Dude, absolutely.
It's the Burrow effect.
Yeah, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And you see people say it's not. It's huge. When you bring in a guy like that, who's that just like cool, calm, collected, I'm here to work, let's get things done. It's infectious, man. Negativity is infectious, like Captain keeps saying, and positivity, man, is twice as infectious. That's why these guys are coming here. That's why they're coming here.
Thank you, Bengo. Exactly.
A little bit of breaking news. I guess Chris Collinsworth just dropped his podcast, and it was the first time Burrow's talked since the injury. And he says, and this is according to Ben Baby on Twitter.
Did you say Big Baby?
Ben Baby.
Oh, I thought he said Big B-I-G. I thought he said Big Baby.
I
thought
did
it was
too.
a Freudian slip.
He's still fly. Wrote that, or he said that he's ahead of schedule and that he's expecting to take the first snap of 2021.
Of course.
So,
Yep.
A lot of people said last year. He is that dude. There was never doubt in my mind. He is that dude. I can't remember if I said it. There's a lot that I hear that I don't say, but someone who was on the staff that helped that day with surgery said everything went way better than expected. The official surgeon did not say that, but behind the scenes, they did say it was way better than he could have hoped for. So I'm like, all right, the man's going to start day one.
He's our $1 billion man. They rebuilt him faster, stronger, smarter, and for the lady sexier. Look at that jawline. That dude is a stud.
And again, Bengalorian's just happy he's sitting down right now.
Right, exactly.
He's actually drooling underneath the mask. You
can't see it. Yeah, no, he's our guy though. That's our warrior, and he's going to lead us to the promised land.
I mean, he's been playing with his ball the entire time. I mean,
yeah, that's the ADHD.
Boy.
I know I asked a ton of questions. So Jeff, Ed, you guys got anything?
I think you fairly well covered just about all of it.
My big question was about Elizabeth Blackburn and how she's been making changes. We saw you had mentioned earlier that you need a jersey for the draft, and we saw earlier that Yaz tweeted that was it Sim Hude Sim liked the sweater that she was wearing, and she
dude.
took it off and gave it to her.
Yeah, dude, we're sitting in the press box, and Zim, by the way, like you see him on the show, you hear him on Twitter, same person, like Zim is who you'd expect him to be. Amazing person. It's like me, Zim, Yaz, Reese, and a couple other people sitting there, and Zim just says, "I like that sweater. That thing's fire." It's like a joke, like let me hold that or something like that. Totally joking around, and Elizabeth's like, "I don't think we sell it in the pro shop, but yeah, why not?" She had a shirt on underneath, so keep those thoughts in your head. But like, she takes her sweater off and hands it to Zim. And Zim is like, "Holy crap, Elizabeth! I'm kidding. Your net worth is way more than mine. Please keep your sweater. Like, I don't need this. Like, I'm not taking that from you." But dude, she did. She took the sweater right off and handed it to him. And little behind the scenes there, Elizabeth Blackburn has some guns. She is got some guns. Maybe she's making a run for the arm show.
She's come for the belt.
But dude, it was the wildest thing I've ever seen. She took the shirt off her back, literally, not figuratively, literally, and handed it towards them.
They are creating the most passionate voices who will defend the team, and we all, everyone here, everyone on Twitter, everyone who's supporting the team, we are going to carry this team to a Lombardi trophy. The players are obviously going to execute. The talent's on the field, though. And I guarantee you, when they hear us, when it is deafening, when it is a packed house, and that offense, the opposing offense, can't hear themselves breathe because we are so loud, and you can feel the chants in the stadium. We're going to the playoffs, and we're going to get hot. We're going to carry that team.
We're talking about too is Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Logan Wilson, Akeem Davis, Marcus Bailey, all these young guys we drafted last year. This year, it sounds like it's going to happen, but they're going to get their full stadium. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The first time Joe comes out of tunnel, the stadium's full and not at half capacity or empty. And guys like us are out there screaming our heads off, fueling them to go. That gave me chills, man. They're going to get their full stadium experience this year, and that's going to motivate them.
Well, and I think what I was trying to go with the Elizabeth Blackburn thing is I think she's we're obviously not in the younger age bracket, all of us, except for you. Sorry. I'm just saying we're not all 20 again. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like to go out on the flag football field and act like I'm 20. Jeff can find out what happens when that happens. But oh, there you go. All right. But I think she's like she's focusing on the right things. Like they signed with, for the clothing this year. I think it's black owned.
Yeah.
And those sweaters and jackets and things like that were fire. The sweater that she was wearing, that probably Zim asked for, I thought was fire. I wanted to get one. And when you focus on that kind of thing, because clothing is huge, when you focus on that, that brings in the excitement and the additional fans and things like that. So I think it's just a focus in a different age bracket or realm or something like that.
Because when you think about it, older fans are going to be fans, right? You're not changing that. They're not going to change teams or allegiances. She's a young blood that's going to make the younger generation join the fan base. And that's exactly what she's doing, man. Social media, God, what is it? That's controls kids today. You know what I mean? So, like,
shout out to the Bengals group chat. They keep me young.
Yeah.
They teach me the whoop chat, I think is how they say it, the W. I want to get made fun of for that, but hey,
we all are. We all are. I'm their dad. You're their grandpa.
Woof. Oh, that hurts. True, but it hurts.
But even like last year with the re-release of this hat, like Dak fired me up again because this is a hat this style, this logo and everything is the hat my grandpa wore till his dying day. Like he always this hat. And so when I saw it in the shop, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go buy that right now. And that kind of just energized me a little bit more to watch the game. So
that was something that came out. That was something that came out today, I believe. I thought I read it somewhere that they had talked about throwbacks being an option to look at.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at Bengals vintage on eBay, those prices are skyrocketing. Anything vintage is so hot right now, and it's everybody. It's the team helping drive that, the nostalgia, the connection to the history of the team. It's all of us, bringing that up. Yeah, Bengal Jim is showing his collection and stuff. He's always doing a service with that. We are. Bengal said it before. We're creating something special. You guys with this podcast are in with that too. We're all going to carry this to a Lombardi. We're going to be there to celebrate, and I may or may not turn some cars over. I might need help, but whatever.
Well, that was the other thing.
What I was going to say is like when these jerseys finally dropped, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit. I mean, the black jersey right there that Bengalorian has on. You don't have to plug your ears.
We're not listening.
It's not horrible. But when you talk about like nostalgia and vintage, I saw somebody post something yesterday, and I for the life of me can't remember who it was. But they said that everybody, I guess, in the national media is starting to say things like, hey, they just look like Bengals jerseys, right? And it's like, exactly. They're Bengals jerseys. They didn't lose any type of identity. I'm not gonna lie when I say that I was kind of hoping for maybe a little outside the box, but the few days I've had to kind of stew on it here and think about it, I like the simpler look. The black one specifically looks almost identical to the Boomer Esiason jersey that I got when I was like probably 4, that came with a helmet and a football and like a mini football.
Oh, yeah.
The youth Hutch football kit.
Yes. Right there. That's what the black version of it. That's what it looks like. It looks like that. It's so like it kind of like brings back those good memories of like going to the games with with my dad, going down there, and it'd be cold and going to football games, and so I've kind of turned a new leaf on the jerseys. I wouldn't have been. I was like, man, like I was kind of hoping, and maybe some of that was the leak, like with it coming out like before, and there not being like I wasn't as disciplined as captain and being able to be like, I'm not looking at anything, like I have to look at that stuff when it pops up, and then like I followed Bengalorian's journey to disappointment of not getting an early one.
It still hurts.
That was great though. Oh man.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that was what a story.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I kind of want to know did you bring that up at all? Like while you were there, like
Yeah, they asked me
What?
about it. Funny enough, Shawn, the E-Train's manager, or whatever.
Sean Heron.
When when the leak happened, he saw me buying it or whatever, and kind of like told the bank like, "Holy crap, these leaked!" And he tried to buy them all. You know what I mean? Just so he could buy them and get them off the market, so the team wouldn't have to worry about the leaks. So they were watching me go through this like back and forth with the supplier on Twitter, unbeknownst to me, had no idea.
Before you go any farther,
like, I want the jersey. I don't care that it's damaged. Send it to me. Like it was ridiculous.
I don't want you in any trouble for your NDA. You're not going to be in trouble for revealing any of these stories or anything, right?
No. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. The jerseys are out now. That's what the NDA was.
Okay, I just didn't know if you were going to be in trouble for telling something like that. Like that.
No. They put it out. He put it out. Like when it leaked, they went into crisis mode. You know what I mean? Because it's like, holy crap. You know, like these things dropped. That sucks. It's on the hanger. They didn't show it right. It looks like knockoff. Everything Captain said. It's like everything I'm saying, Elizabeth said to the media already. So, but yeah, like I tried to buy it, man. And a little behind the scenes for me, like I went offline with the guy, and I was like, dude, just to kind of test, you know, to see like was this real? Was it a fake? I was like, dude, I'll give you $500 for that right now, and he still wouldn't sell it to me. He was like, no, I can't sell defective products, and that's when I knew it was like a fake, or you know, the lawyer bomb had dropped on him. So he was like, no, I can't, dude.
I'm predicting that dude will never return to eBay.
His eBay shop shut down. Yeah, I don't think he knew what he had.
If they don't, I will.
Yeah.
I am still pissed at that guy. Yeah. I have so much information on him.
It's like ruining Christmas for you, you know?
Yes. To try to steal that from my favorite team, I am mad.
Yeah,
but it all worked out.
And I don't know that they know what it was, whether it was theft or a supplier or kicking jerseys to a buddy to sell, and who knows? We may never find out, but it is what it is, and now they're released.
The seller knew. He knew what he had.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. It was wild when I saw it like pop up, and I was like, "Is this like?"
Yeah.
Is this?
It was one of those moments. Like, is this what it is? Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And then I was heartbroken for Bengalorian when I thought he was going to get one.
I know. It was it was like a novel unfolding to my Twitter followers and everybody looking at it. Like,
now I saw over-unders came out for Bengals wins today, I believe. Was that any different than the 6.5 that had come out a couple days ago? I didn't have a chance to actually look at it.
I didn't see.
I think it stayed at 6.5. I think
it still 6.5?
Yeah. Hammer the over.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that 6.5 is way off. We're at least 17-0.
I was gonna say, and we also got
at least
we also got to see the schedule, and so you're seeing some of these teams who we're gonna have at home as opposed to traveling to see. I'm actually liking where, at least before we see the dates. Of course, I want to see the Chargers here when it's cold, as opposed to the Chargers getting here and it's still like August.
Yeah, LA weather.
Right. But so I think everybody's in consensus, hammering the over at 6.5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like Thor.
Oh, they got yourself a little hootie.
I bet that tastes amazing. There you go.
I got a full 12 pack on the shelf.
I think if you do look at our opponents this year, our home schedule is going to be tough. There's no denying it. You got the Chiefs in there. Obviously, we play the Ravens and the Browns. Love them or hate them, they're an up-and-coming team. That whole Chiefs division. I mean, we got to play a lot of them, and our home schedule is going to be tough. But I think we can handle it. I really do. I can't wait for the Battle of Ohio. I love those Browns games.
Good looking out, Arrow. I see that comment. Defend the team till I die. Amen.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I don't know that we have anything left. I think we've covered everything from your stories, your glow ups, respectively. We didn't get to see the Bengalorian's face, but I never expect to, quite honestly, and I like it that way. If we did, I think we'd probably have to sell it on eBay.
You can't. Like Rick and Morty, the what was it, the turtle, or you just when you gaze at it, like most mortals can't handle the good looking, like it's just too much.
I'd also have to sit down the same way he did when he was watching Joker. It's fine. It's fine.
Did I start a trend with the Bengals themed OnlyFans? Like,
I mean, anytime any guys can joke about uncomfortable boners, it's totally fine.
It was uncomfortable.
I tried to get the show on Cammy.
At the stadium. There was the photographers taking pictures, and I think I scared one of them because I said, "Hey, I'm going to take my helmet off. If my face shows up, I have to kill you." And he just looked at me, kind of like just stone face, like, "Is this guy serious? I don't know, because he's 6'2" in a full suit of armor. Is he going to kill me?" And I had to put my hand on his shoulder. I was like, "I'm kidding, man. I'm good. Just let him know he's okay."
Well, Captain, I'm going to let you first and foremost. Thank you, friend of the show. Your second time here. There's not a long list of people who've been here more than once, so we do appreciate you coming back on.
Absolutely.
If you want to tell people where they can find you and anything else you want to throw out here before you go.
Well, any social media and OnlyFans, find me at Bengals Captain. It's pretty standard.
I'll make sure I put
content
in the podcast bio.
There will be content there, but it won't be anything anybody wants to see, which means it'll be sports related. No. Don't get it twisted. As far as the stadium, look for me at 158. Just look for the really tall, dorky dude. I'm 6'3", and the hat makes me like 6'5" in a bright neon orange suit. So, hooday.
Any last words on the season?
Oh man, hey guys, thanks for having me. The show's always great. I can't be more excited for the season. Like, there's so much pent up rage from this COVID crap. Like, I've got my second vaccine. I'm signing up for other vaccines. I'm having people shoot me up in the street. Whatever I can do to get in the stadium.
Stay away from getting shot up in the street. just so we're clear.
Whatever I can do, I want to hug people. I want to kiss men again. I want to cheer for I cannot wait to see you all at Paul Brown Stadium. It's going to be a blast, and we're going to win a ton of games. I promise.
All right.
Aaron, you're in between me and Captain when we meet him at the games.
There's got to be that buffer.
Promise.
Yeah. I also want to thank you, Captain. I'm now on Bengals Vintage eBay, and I think my bank account is gone.
Yeah. There's some great stuff.
Bengalorian, I had the opportunity to meet you the other night, and right after you had just left the stadium, little to my knowledge at that point in time. But where can the people find you, and anything else you want to throw out there as far as your goodbye goes?
Yeah, man, I'm on Twitter, and I just started Instagram. I'm playing around with that. I don't know what I'm doing, so the youngins listening, you can make fun of me as I fumble through that. But look, the whole dynamic and evolution of this fan base and the team, it's not just like a campaign. It's not just a hashtag. We as a fan base need to come together and understand that it is a swagger. It is a hooday, new stripes, swagger, boot to the face of anybody who says otherwise. And we need to ride that train all the way to the playoffs, man. So walk around in your new stripes jersey like you own every tile you're stepping on, and let everybody know that the Bengals players, the Bengals staff, and the Bengals fan base is not to be reckoned with.
Love it. Well, thanks again for joining us, Bengalorian. We do appreciate it, and look forward to meeting up with you again at some point soon.
Hooday.
Now, Shawn, I want to thank Bengals captain for putting us in touch and getting you here, first and foremost. Second, thank you for being on the show. We do appreciate it. Third, I wish you nothing but the best of luck Don't trip on your way to the stage.
Don't say
Why do you say that out loud? Why do you say that out loud?
Why do you say that, man?
It's over.
Why in the world would you say that?
But for real though, we
Don't crash
definitely
your
appreciate
motorcycle.
having you on, and we look forward to seeing you up there representing our entire fan base, because you are us up there, and thank you. So anything else? Where can the people find you, and your goodbye on the way out?
So at Houday Baby on Instagram, on Twitter. If you want to see all the workout pictures, those are over on Instagram. You know, that's during the off season, all that happens there. But nobody wants to see that. No. But this season, I can't wait. I've been itching to get back into that stadium. Last year with the whole COVID thing, just wiped my whole system out. I don't know. I live in Florida, so I fly back and forth for all the games. So kind of last year with COVID, it did not happen because of the travel and all that stuff. So I'm really, 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 really ready to get back in there, be with my people. At the games, you can find me in Lot 1 before the game with the Bengal Bomb Squad. You can find me in Section 158 at the very top. I'm the overseer of the section to make sure everybody keeps in check. Get there early, get there often, yell loud, be passionate, be crazy, be kind to the visiting fans. Tell them thanks for getting your ass kicked and coming in. Good to see you. Hey, baby, let's go!
Love it. So,
Right.
it's crazy to think that we have 3 of what are now becoming an ever-growing bunch of super fans here as part of this Bengals wave takes over and is, part of the Burrow effect, as we've all alluded to at one point or another during this podcast. So, gentlemen, again, thank you for your time. We do appreciate
real quick,
it.
I do want to say you nailed it there. 3 of. It's open to anybody. Everybody listening, step up. Come party. Get wild, get weird. We are not special.
Not that weird.
Open invitation for anybody. Get to the stadium, have some fun, put on something crazy, and get loud. We are all Bengals fans.
Find your niche.
Yes.
But the Orange Arrow just started up. What? Not too long ago. He popped up on
Yeah,
Twitter.
his stuff is looking good. If you can find him on Twitter, he's got some a good outfit coming together.
I think while we were sitting here talking, I think I might Bengal exotic, like Joe exotic Bengal. Aaron D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
All you cool
OnlyFans.
cats
All right.
again.
So on that note, we are done here for Ed, for Jeff. I am Aaron. This has been Pardon the Punctuation. It was the pre-draft edition. Thanks again, gentlemen, for joining us. And we are out of here.
Bye.
Ba-da-ba.